I'm Phil Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and I'm here with my friend from AfterBuzz, BHL, Jaimi Alexander.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
That's right, of course. And by the way, I should point out she is starting her own YouTube channel, so check that out as well. She's trying to build it. Great content coming there.
Absolutely.
And among other things, she is a host. Mm-hmm. She's a great host. And so if you've been following me, you know, like I like to give creative exercises. And so I figured a fun one would be a hosting exercise.
Yes.
So what is something that, for someone out there who is aspiring to be a host, what is something that they can do to practice, see if they even like it, perhaps?
I would say a few things, actually. If you're by yourself, I would say starting with seeing somebody that is hosting that you like and emulating them, even their voice inflections, or even if you just take a little piece of what they said. Sometimes I love just sitting in my bed when it's always like, previously on Real Housewives. Like, I will just, warm up my voice to the things that I'm hearing and emulate and get in the mirror and do it and have fun. I would definitely say that's one thing.
And now you can post your impressions on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that. It's all beneficial.
Exactly. Put it all together and you might go viral. So emulating other people, I think, would definitely be one. Doing it in the mirror or just practicing with your voice. I find that to be fun. So that's one. Something else that I like to practice is listening. Sometimes we're really not listening. And the most valuable thing I have as a host, especially when I'm interviewing, is to listen, because everything that's going to make the interview good is coming from the other person. It's about them. It's about having an interest in what they have going on and then making sure that the audience is getting something from it. So if I'm all over the place, or I already have an idea of what I'm going to do when I get on camera and it's all about me and I want to showcase this, and I miss so much from the other person. So we all talk to people every day, whether it's at our job or we have kids or our family and friends, and just test yourself at listening, really listening and taking in what they have to say. And then, as a side, you could think of, if this was an interview and I had a question, or if I had to learn something new, what would it be? And this is powerful because I used to host tech shows, and I'm not a tech expert, but they had me at I've flown to Singapore. I have flown all over the US hosting tech shows, and I know nothing about it, but I'm a good listener, and I'm just able to listen to what someone's saying and respond in a way that is helpful enough to give them the space to share with you what you need.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And if you really break it down, most technology is supposed to be for the lay people anyway. And so so easing people into that. And there's a great adage of there's a reason why we have 2 ears and one mouth.
Correct. Truly. Sometimes we don't. I've been guilty of it myself. That's why I had to realize, I need to make the switch. I need to listen, because that's where the good stuff is coming from.
Yeah, and there's a skill there of nudging your guests to certain directions. But I think overall, especially in your starting position, tape yourself doing stuff, watch it back, see how you're doing, get comfortable with the camera. It takes time. You might have natural speaking talent, but that doesn't mean it necessarily fully translates and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. But that also doesn't mean just because you did it for a whole week and you're like, I suck at this, doesn't mean you can't get much better at it.
Correct. I remember there was a lot of times, and I still have to work on it, but the things like saying and I had to really learn how to, especially when interviewing, sometimes people are talking, and even though I'm listening, I'm also using another piece of my brain to be able to follow up without too long of an awkward pause, or just being like, all of the things that people kind of don't really want to listen to. Even when I watch other, channels and things like that, sometimes when people pause too long or have too much going on, I really do. You lose interest. So just finding ways to clean up wherever you can, whether it be your language or what you're going to do and say next. It really is a skill. Skill takes practice. Grab some friends if you're excited to talk about anything. We all have iPhones now. You can go over to Amazon and get a $15 AccuVart tripod and get to work. See what you like and see what you don't like about it, and just make adjustments.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again. I'm at Phil Svitek on various social media, and
Yeah, I'm at Jaimi Alexander, Jaimi on Instagram, and Queen Jaimi on Twitter. And of course, you can search me on YouTube, or you can just click the link in bio on Instagram and subscribe.
So do that. And I hope to see you next time.